That's him. Hi!
Hello,
Hi, finally! It's been so long.
Actually, I've been following you on YouTube for 15 years.
That's funny because at that time I was actually looking at cabins in Finland. Took us a while. First time. So you own a lot of land here, not just the island.
It's 11.2 hectares.
Just to have more space, you're not going to planning on farming.
We might turn this into pasture for sheep. But one of the main reasons is that wood is our only source of heat. We don't have electricity. Then we have long winters, lots of snow.
The boat.
You guys go first and I'll push. This is really bad spot for a boat because there's lots of stones and it's shallow. And we're stuck on the stone already. For the past 10 years we commuted from the other side of the lake.
Whoa.
As you see, it's quite shallow. It's only like this much water.
Oh, wow.
So we're gonna build some kind of a deck here, obviously.
Doesn't Finland have just so many lakes?
Finland has the nickname the land of 1,000 lakes, but it's around 185,000 lakes. And we have, I think, 180,000 islands as well.
So there's enough for sale at any given time, probably.
There is some for sale, but you can't have like building permits for small private islands anymore. So you've got to find a place that has been inhabited in the past. There's not too many because the government and cities are trying to protect the shoreline.
Did you have much competition for the sale of the island? I mean,
It was very quick. I made a really low offer and the seller accepted it immediately. It was just in the Craigslist. And I called him and I made a really low offer and he just accepted it right away. Actually, that old man, he was born in this sauna in 1946 and he was the only child in his family and he had no children. So that's why he sold it. Usually these kind of places, they go in the family.
we're gonna hit.
Oh,
it's soft.
It's not the first time for me. I just made this like a few days ago, this deck, so it's a little bit easier to access here. There used to be a deck when this renovation started. Welcome
Thank you.
to our home.
What a dream house. Did you imagine this back?
I had this huge inspiration like 15 years ago. I realized I need land with resources, and I want to start my garden. I need land so I can, then it kind of just happened.
I bought this island like 9 days ago, so that little piece of land drained my bank account. But it's a nice piece of land. This is the main building, which is halfway collapsed. There's pretty much nothing left about it. There's some old building there's nothing left of it. But maybe you could use some of these. And not too soft.
When I first bought this place 10 years ago, I still had a full-time job, and in the summer I stayed here overnight. I was sleeping in the ruins. I had just a mattress on the floor of the ruins. And I would leave like 8 o'clock in the morning with the boat to work.
The island.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was nice.
This island had been abandoned for how long?
43 years, like completely abandoned. Nobody came here.
Because, I mean, it's so pretty. Like, I mean, why?
I've been here for 10 years. That's why. It used to be a lot different than, like there's nothing else is old, but these dark logs in the sauna and there's half of the logs of the house.
Remained. Oh, so half the logs were rotten.
Yeah, and all the roof, windows, all these smaller buildings, I built them, yeah. And then there's this tiny house at that end and another one.
So you just know how to do all this?
It's been a journey. You buy property with a rotten log building, you kind of have to learn.
He bought this island and the house was completely
collapsed.
What was left of the house? The roof had fallen in?
Just some of the logs, half of the logs, that's it.
main building, still standing. So all the buildings were like collapsed and the forest has taken over. So from this main building, we can use these logs like somewhere from the end. Just cut it with the chainsaw. Yeah, there's like long logs on that end, which are only rotten from the corners. So from the middle we can take part. These corners are rotten, but I'll just cut the building from here and here and this corner, take it apart and rebuild the other end, which is in really good shape. Look at the logs. There's nothing wrong with them. Only one on the top, because there's no roof. And that corner just slightly. But if you look from inside, look at that. Nice logs. So obviously I'm going to make these walls out of new logs. I used to think that I don't have money to build, you know. I don't have money, I can't build. But then I realized that I really don't need money to build. I have the wood in the forest, I could just use it. I realized that there's different ways of life. And like self-sufficiency or self-sustainability, living off the land is one of those.
What changed for you? Why did you decide that you could? These days, most people aren't doing this, right? Most people aren't making log cabins anymore.
Yeah, but everybody used to make. In Finland, the tradition was everybody make their own house. You inherited your father's house, or if you were the second son, you would build your own, pretty much. Until like 1920s, 30s, there's still like family homesteads has in the family. But more and more are being abandoned and people move to city. This is how you demolish a house.
So this house at least dates back to 1891.
Yeah, nobody really knows anymore. Even the guy who sold me, he was 70 years old when I bought this. He told me that his grandfather had built the house, so 18 something at the late 1800s. This island belonged to a bigger homestead, and then the daughter of that house got married, and this island was given to her and her husband.
You see here the boards that, can you tell which ones are new? The lower ones are new, maybe?
This wall only the one lowest one, because so here you can see like these are one of the worst logs that remains. And this is already made by me.
Yeah,
and this wall is one of the best walls because it was higher off the ground. And this wall was one of the worst walls because the ground was already like halfway the lowest log. And I've replaced this one and this one and this one.
Okay.
And then the whole, this end, this is all new.
All the left, all of them.
Yeah, they're different size. I made from a little bit bigger than the original. If you look, these are tiny.
Oh, they are big. These came out of this forest.
Just from the backside of the island.
Wow. Do you have to redo the entire foundation? I mean,
I did take the stones out. I had the whole building on top of like I lift the house like.
How did you lift the house?
Put up, what is it? Like,
oh, like a car jack for.
Yeah,
okay.
But bigger one. I'm planning to complete repairing this over 100 years old log cabin with extreme budget. already started it. This is about 3 weeks of work. I felled the logs last year from the forest and I have more outside. But the weather is starting to get bad for this kind of job, so I will pause this and continue in the spring. This yard was overgrown with big birches like that one. It's kind of like a memorial tree now, standing there. I've buried the stumps in these hugel beds. They all have like big stumps inside them.
So the house was just bottom logs? What survives usually?
The ones in the middle.
Oh.
Because when the roof leaks and the insulation on the top of the roof gets wet, the top logs rot. And then over time, when the leaves fall and the ground rises, the lower logs start to touch the ground and then they rot. Okay. And the longer it goes, the worse it will be, and there are less and less left. So from the sauna, there's only that much left, and that's from the middle of the building.
Okay. Okay. So if you see the foundation, I'm kind of interested in how that works.
It's just natural stones. You dig like a big hole and fill it with gravel or stones. It goes like under the freezing area.
Under the frost line.
So the frost doesn't move the house, yeah. But I didn't have to do that because this already was there.
And then you put some stumps?
The stumps are supporting the floor. The floor is like a self-floating. It's not connected to the logs because the logs might move a little bit. And here on this wall, these two.
These are you?
Yeah.
I see that. Okay, and the other ones were fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lowest log is one intact, like a 7.5 meter long.
It's a more modern roofing.
Yeah. Well, the roof material I got from my sister's boyfriend of that time. He was working on a roofing company. They happened to have, it was like a customer return, and they were dusty and they couldn't sell them anymore. So I got actually for 400 euros the whole roof. It's almost free.
So it's a lot easier than you trying to create your own roof somehow.
Well, you could use the traditional way, but that's before I learned the natural building. Then we found more rotten logs, and I said that, okay, we have to stop now and I have to learn to replace those rotten logs. Today we are installing some solar panels, and we also felled down one of the biggest trees here in the south tip. I had to fell the trees and dry them for 2 years.
This is a long process. Wow.
I could have gotten some second-hand logs, but I just thought I have big trees there, I'll take them.
Okay, so then you just have kind of a modern gutter and all that, right?
Yeah, it's one of the essential things if you want to have your log building last for hundreds of years, to direct the rain away from the building. So it's a combination of modern and second-hand and natural and whatever I could get my hands on.
Yeah, like you're not a purist.
Oh, no, I'm not stuck in any time period. I like quality as well.
What about the windows?
They're second-hand, like 20 bucks each.
Were they insulated enough? I mean, are they double pane, triple pane?
These are double and some are triple, and that was actually 100 euros, but it has 3 layers and one of the glass is like this insulated glass. You can open this small part.
Okay. Wow.
I had a different window, but it was very old and kind of falling apart. Yeah. And then we stumbled across this and it was so beautiful. I really like when the windows have this cross. This is like a fake cross, but here we have the real thing. It's actually made like a small glasses like this. It's not a big...
Small panes.
It's not the best window, but you got to have something just for the looks. I mean, when you look from the lake, you see these beautiful windows and not the ugly one that's on the other side.
I just made some pesto for us.
You made it out of what? Like your own?
I was collecting something from the yard, but it's not the best time anymore to pick up wild herbs, so it tastes a bit green.
Smells good. Oh, so you have a fridge.
Yes, we
do. It's a solar fridge, I'm guessing.
It's a normal fridge. In summertime we have plenty of electricity, so it's 230 volt.
Oh, you didn't have to get a special fridge.
No.
In the winter we don't use a fridge because it's cold.
Around September, when the solar gets down, we just put the food outside. Because in the same time when the electricity stops coming, the outside temperature is like refrigerator temperature.
Yeah. And in winter, this room where we are in right now is cold. So this is our fridge.
When it's minus 20, because there's no heating in this entrance room. When it's minus 20 outside, it's like 0 or one degrees here in this one. We just keep the door closed.
So smart.
At the moment we have to bring the drinking water from town or a spring nearby. But the
Pestoa.
digging of the well is under construction, yeah, in process, yeah.
So you're gonna dig your own well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have an induction stove.
And that works well with solar.
Yeah, we have a lithium battery, so we can take lots of energy out of it. So the battery system doesn't collapse under heavy loads.
In the winter we cannot use it, but
We have a wood option for cooking. We use it in the winter. It doesn't heat. The base for the wood is really small, and it doesn't store any of the heat. But when we heat up this oven, it stays warm for many days. You put like this much of wood in there, and then like 2 days, it's like plus 20 inside here. And the oven itself has like 3,000 kilograms of mass. It's kind of huge, 70 centimeters long. You see the big woods there, like the big firewood? Yes. They're meant for this, the length. Basically, we just heat with the wood every 2 days. I light it up in the morning and it burns in like 3 hours, and then we close the chimney. And then it stays warm for 2 days. It's actually pretty nice to have a house in 2 levels, and you have the mass heater downstairs and bedroom above it. All the heat escapes to upstairs, and the upstairs stays like 14 Celsius without heating.
So in summertime, everything feels quite conventional. You have the refrigerator, you have the induction. And then in wintertime, what's that like? You're kind of keeping the fire going. You have to have...
this is the only kind of warm room.
Like really warm
Really
room.
warm.
Okay.
And then bedroom, we heat it up if necessary.
So all the other, like that small room there, we have to keep the doors closed, and we have this wool mat covering the door that the heat doesn't escape. But now we don't have it since it's summer.
So it's just a really small space that you keep heated.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So you're just starting the fire every couple days. You said every 2 days or something.
Depends on how cold it is. The work is making the firewood, not really the heating. In the tiny house, I have this cast iron, really small, and it doesn't store any heat. And when it's minus 15, I had to light it up like 3 times a day, and that's a lot of work. This is nice because it's just one fire every 2 days.
And we make here the bread in the winter.
There's some sourdough.
Bread cooking.
But there's the root.
The sourdough
Starter.
It's dried. Let's see. I learned that you leave some of the rye bread here to dry.
Oh.
And then you just add water and the flour and it
Starts going again.
I also have for white bread, but this is for rye bread, the dark bread.
All you do is just leave a little bit of residue.
Yeah, and then I make a new one here. I don't need to wash it in between.
That's easy.
It's the traditional way.
For rye bread, interesting. So there's a difference depending on what grains you're using.
Because in Finland they used to grow only rye in the old days. Like wheat doesn't grow.
Doesn't grow here. You have to have genetically modified wheat to grow it this north.
Because it's so far north.
So this rye is what people have.
Nowadays you can grow wheat, but it's not a good variety. The other thing is water. We have to pick up the water for washing and stuff from the lake. We have no running water. We pick it up in the buckets.
You have a sink, but you don't have running water?
It's just a pipe that goes outside in a stone pit. It goes in a hole in the ground and it gets absorbed in the ground. But we don't use any chemicals. We have just like pure soap. And the building code says that if you don't have running water, you don't need like a sewage system. It's just a hole so that the water doesn't go to the lake. As long as we bring the water in with the buckets.
We had to carry all the water we use inside, and then we carry the dirty water outside. And it's not nice to carry it because sometimes you spill it on the floor and it's really dirty after doing the dishwash. So this helps life.
Yeah.
There's a little dishwashing station here. The Finnish invention, the drying rack.
It works. It's what you need, like that portion of just getting the water out, but you don't worry as much about getting the water.
Yeah, and it has never froze because we mostly flush like hot dishwashing water down.
Yeah.
So it never freezes.
So this is pesto here?
Yes.
So maybe you already noticed, but the whole yard is full of plants. There's like a ongoing food forest.
Like even these right here?
Yeah, they're berry bushes. They're all berry.
There's the 2 beehives.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it's surrounding you.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're just growing.
All the possible edible plants that survive here. Whenever I learn about a new plant, I need it, and I'm gonna plant it somewhere, and I hope it thrives. But
There's limited.
there's a limit. Yeah, we are 50 degrees north, so there's limit.
What is under?
This is the backup refrigerator. But we have actually never used it yet. It's just I just made it in case, just in case. So there's a plastic barrel buried in the ground. I can check the temperature. A little bit curious how warm it is. I hope there's no dead mice.
What are you standing in? Is it a barrel?
Yeah, it's a plastic barrel, like 200 liter. It's 10 Celsius now. Yeah, so it's pretty good refrigerator.
Outside it's like.
The ground is cold. You go a little deeper, and there's bedrock. Like I think I hit the bedrock when I was digging this, so the cold comes from there.
Yeah,
but I still need to. This is not really convenient because it's so deep there. I need to figure out some basket thingy to lift up the food, but we haven't needed it yet.
So in an event with, let's say, a systems collapse, in your case, you're building an environment that is going to provide for you or your family.
Yeah, that's basically the idea behind it, is that we have everything that we need to fill our basic necessities, like shelter, food, warmth.
We can fish.
Actually, some fish in the refrigerator.
There's old men living here and they fish a lot.
Our neighbor fishes a lot, and when he gets too much, he gives us some fish.
Okay.
So I don't have to fish because the fish just come to me. He doesn't like the pike, so he gives them to us.
So what's your relation with your neighbors, despite not being, let's say, a village or a city?
I feel really welcomed.
No niin, sieltä tuli. Harviko unohdin sanoa, mutta täällä on. Kala tulee, kato.
At first, I think my neighbors didn't really believe on me. I was 23 years old, city boy doing stupid things.
Aukee tule.
Slowly they started to believe me, and I think I have their respect now.
Konkale.
Kattokaa sitä. Se on hauki. 2 kilon hauki.
We have like 70 years old neighbors. He always says that I'd never thought that a city boy from Helsinki comes here and repairs this rotten house.
Yeah.
Never.
He also said that you will never find a woman to live with you here. He said that.
That was a challenge accepted.
And here you see the floor, how thick the beams are here, right? They're super thick. And this is all from around here?
Yeah, I can show you the stumps.
Okay.
The stumps still exist. These floorboards are cut from the same trunks than the roof. It's the same tree. This is just the sides, and this is the center. And I put the biggest ones here. These are the one from the biggest log. And the cabin is resting on these stones. Again, we can start building the floor. The floor will be like a free floating floor on its own stones. So what I need next is some lumber to make the floor completely from my own forest. I have lots of trees in the forest. And the sawmill. We own it together with 5 of my friends. First cut, the good height is like centimeter or 2 above the log. So it will cut all the branches, some of the bark and the fat bottom of the tree away. People would say this is trash, but there is no such a thing as trash. For me, I will use at least half of this for building and this half is probably some firewood. (23.5 centimeters). The floorboards I'm making are done with the 4 centimeter drop. Precious floorboards.
That's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And all the nails are just, it's just a work of art.
I screwed it in because I still want to tighten the floor to get rid of the gaps. I'll do it once it's so dry that it doesn't shrink anymore.
How long's that been so far?
I was told that first 2 years outside and 2 years inside, and then you do the final tightening. All these gaps were closed when I installed these boards. They were outside dry when I brought them in. And after the first winter, they just huge gaps appearing, but they're screwed in so I can take them off and just tighten the floor.
So this has only been in for 2 years then, the floor?
Less than 2 years.
Less than 2.
Here you can see really well the new logs and the old ones. Because these are made by me. You can see my signature here.
Your signature being the way you're cutting it.
Yeah, the piilu or maalu in our language. And you can see the learning process. This is my first log that I ever made. And when I made this one, I didn't have the tool to make it smooth and beautiful. So these are made with axe. Kind of like the old, you see, these are not so well made. They are unfinished because they used to be a paper. They're still old nails. It used to be like a paper on top of it. And me practicing here was actually a good thing because you barely see the difference. They're so bad. And then the last one in the house, the last ones are there, and I think the quality has gone up. There's still some small areas in the house that are not finished, but it's like 98%. You know, the last 2% are undone. All this wood you see everywhere is from the island. All of it? Wow. Yeah, this is like dead standing aspen. This is birds just nearby. The stairs are birds, and you can still see the stump somewhere there. Big spruces like those. There's still like 20 to 30 left. For like 2 months, I cut all this lumber for the house. It's a sawmill, so you just kind of slice it like a cheese. I was running the mill. In the morning I would fell some trees, then haul them to the sawmill and cut it, stack it for drying. The idea here is that these crosswoods let the air circulate and hopefully they will not twist and warp as they dry. This one is the same tree. I still need to plane them. The plank stack with the smaller stuff. I will remove all this bark because lots of bugs and stuff, they love to eat between the bark and the wood. It's very important to take it off. I will use pieces like these beautiful ones in the roof, hanging on the ceiling to make it look beautiful. Will those 2x8s hold the weight of the stack of the floorboards? I'm a little bit worried if it's too heavy. They are currently supported by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 2x8s. Should I put more in there or not?
So you did the ceilings and the floors?
Yeah. They're just spruce.
The spruce, yeah.
The big spruces. I took like 7 trees, maybe like this size.
Yeah.
And that made all of the floors, like 70 square meters of floor from 7 trees.
7 trees.
And lots of these boards as well. They're like the side cuts of the trunk.
Okay.
And then in the center I would take the...
So this is a center cut because they're long and thick.
Yeah, and they have like straight edges.
Oh, okay.
And then these are the sides before I'm...
Okay. That's why you see so much more
Yeah.
variation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it is sanded, like the floors are sanded, and
Did you plane it?
yeah, with a portable plane, a small one. It was a lot of work, and it's not. The tool is too small for that, but I did it anyways. Like it's meant for like carpenters for small pieces, but it can take like 33 centimeters wide pieces.
Yeah.
So I was stuffing these 30 centimeter floorboards like this, 5 meter long ones there. Some of the wood like this I salvaged from some work site that was being taken down. And the door I had made, this I'm pretty proud of, because you can't find a door of this shape from the store. So I had to make it. It was a project. It took me like 2 weeks actually. And I had these like these long pieces of this. This is kelopuu, so it's like standing dead for hundreds of years. You know this when the spruce or pine dies, some of them become like dead standing trees that stay for hundreds of years.
They don't fall.
They don't fall because they are full of tar. They die slowly, so the trunk gets full of tar and then it stands for hundreds of years. And I salvaged them for free, just took it from a wall. Wow. So you can see that this is like a sunburned dead tree, the sides.
Oh, because it had been sitting in the sun for
a long time, yeah.
This is one funny thing we
in.
brought.
Yeah.
We brought with the boat this one last summer, and the boat was almost sinking because it's so heavy. It's like massive.
It's mahogany, right?
And actually you can't get it outside anymore because the door wasn't built and the staircase wasn't built
Now it's
that time. So it doesn't fit outside anymore.
Where did you get it?
It's just second-hand furniture. Whenever we need something, we look online for second-hand stuff. Everything you see.
Someone wants to get rid of something and we are looking for something and they sell it for cheap.
We don't have any new furniture.
It's not in good condition from here, but I just put it's old and I just hide it.
These are our wardrobes for clothes.
Oh, these are closet space.
Yeah, because it's this space of the room is very very low. You can't walk in there, so we wanted to use it for more.
So this is the bedroom, and it's really the whole upstairs just about, right?
Yeah, there's just a staircase room and a bedroom.
So you, in wintertime, do you use this if it's probably colder, or do you just sleep in here in winter?
Pretty much we just sleep, but we can have some extra heat with the cast iron stove. This one heats the room really nice.
So you turn it on before going to sleep and close.
Yeah, maybe a couple hours before sleep we put a small fire in there, and then it's very comfortable here. Why I wanted this cast iron upstairs, or at least have a one room that can be heated up like instantly. Because if we leave in winter and come back in a week, the house will be cold.
Okay.
And the mass heater takes days to warm up. You burn a base, it doesn't really do anything for the first day. It just slowly starts rising the temperature. But with this, we can have like a one room that's warm in like 2 hours.
And overall, you didn't want the footprint of the house to be too big, because you don't want too much, right, to heat or to build or.
Well,
I mean, is this a good size?
This is what's left of the old house. Right. And for me, it's plenty. I used to live during the construction of this building, I used to live in the tiny house there, which is 12 square meter. This is like 55 or something like this. So for me, it's plenty, but she's complaining that it's too small.
Oh, okay.
And if we have more children, I'll have to make an extension.
I think it's small.
Yeah.
I have time.
Right now it's still good.
When babies are small, you have a few years before they.
Yeah, for sure. I've said that when our firstborn turns 5, I start felling the trees for his room.
And then they dry. And
Yeah.
Then, I mean,
When he's 7, I began the work, and when he's 9, he gets his own room.
So this is the library out here?
That's the library. Also, that space needed to be used, and behind here we have the solar charger and the inverter. At the moment, it's charging pretty nicely, making a little bit of noise. Only 8 amps at the moment.
Okay.
The battery is probably full, so it doesn't charge anymore.
I like the door you made there.
I wanted to have the solar charger here because it makes this noise when the fan is cooling the machine. I didn't want it in the bedroom to wake us up in the morning. The battery is in the bedroom, but the solar charger is on the cold side. The battery is hidden here in this corner. The idea is that because this room is the last warm place, when the house cools down, the downstairs freezes first and then the upstairs later. So the battery, it doesn't work if it gets too cold. If the battery temperature is -10, you can't use it. So it's in the warm room and we can heat it up quickly and get the electricity going again once the battery warms up.
Are you going to permit this building?
Or is it permitted because it was an old building?
It's old building that has always been. So basically the law says that the building code goes by the building year of the building. And the building code is from 1940s and this building is from 1800s. So there's no code.
You do it for your own safety, basically.
Of course, there's still like the fire code is followed, like the distances from the fireplaces and stuff like fireproof insulation here from the chimney to the wooden structure and stuff like this. And here also is like rock wool that doesn't burn. And
You are not trading off your safety. You are going to have a baby. You are healthy young people, so you want to live a more authentic life. That doesn't mean you are going to risk the basics, right?
Of
you
course.
can do both things.
Yeah. Of course, it's a peace of mind as well.
Yeah.
Your house is not going to burn down because of your own mistake. We have like building code for fire safety. I don't think it's a joke. It's a good thing.
We also have a carbon monoxide alarm because we use the fire for heating.
Yes.
And we have to close the chimney. After we're done heating, we close the chimney so it doesn't suck all the heat out.
Yes.
So we have this.
By the way, this rail you've done here, it's very sound and it's also very beautiful.
It was one of the nice projects that take a long time to start because it's something that you've done never before. But yeah, this is actually aspen that was standing dead and the bark has fallen off. So that's why there's this color, because it's a dead tree.
So it had been years in the sun?
Yeah, but it was still standing and it had dried standing. But it would have fell down like sooner or later.
Left some nice knots.
Yeah. That's it. And I didn't have to debark it because when you debark the wood, you scratch the surface. But the bark had fallen off, so it has all the shape of the natural tree.
You know what?
It's just sanded. I think this is one of the most beautiful pieces of wood in the house.
I agree.
And this is just from behind the toilet.
Just so close to the house. Wow.
And this is one of the things that I had to do when we know we were going to get the baby.
You had to put in a railing.
Yeah, I didn't have it for a long time. and this here, so it's a little bit safer to go down. Because these are kind of steep.
Right.
Steep
They are,
stairs.
yeah.
I measured it, so when I stand on the uppermost step, that my head is like 1 centimeter from the roof. Look where my head goes. Oh, now I hit it. But usually I go like this here.
It's right.
Yeah. It's right here. For me, but my friend who is 10 centimeters taller than me, he has to hit his head every time.
How tall are you?
I'm 185 centimeters.
185, which is 6'1" in the US.
But it's interesting because the house is really built for you then. It's tailored to you, right? Like,
Who else?
right, but I mean, whose house is really built just for them?
Yeah,
Like, tailor-made.
True.
Yeah.
And it's lucky that I found such a tall partner, because I made a little beautiful mistake here, and the cook stove is kind of high.
It's too high.
The floor was supposed to be here at first, but then I decided to go a little bit lower to have a little bit more room.
Yeah.
And the windows would have been at funny height. Like if the floor was this much more higher, the tables would be visible from outside. So I lowered the floor after building the cooktop. So now it's a little bit higher than it's supposed.
This is safer for children.
Yeah, they can reach the hot.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
It's baby-proof. Without you realizing it.
It's baby-proof.
Where did you get the cast iron part of the kitchen?
My friend told me that I have to go to his dead grandfather's auction. He had like this general store, like 100 kilometers from here. And I had been looking for a good condition one. This is like 50 years old. They haven't made this for 50 years. And this is the UPO 3A model, which is like the
Top of the line.
top of the line. Yeah, the best one that all the good houses have. And it was brand new, had been sitting in the shelf for 50 years, and it was still packed in the cardboard. And I get it for like 150 euros. So you would pay like 500-600 for a new one. That's not the same. This is different color. I was supposed to paint it, but I never got it done. This is different brand. This is different brand. This is different brand because they're all. I just got them a little bit from there and a little bit from here. The cheap ones. If you look carefully, this is different than this one. These two are the same, but then there's different in here one.
So actually, the cabinets are quite modern.
They are 25 years old, but it's like high quality kitchen, second hand, of course.
Someone wanted to renew their kitchen, so we took their old kitchen.
It's very difficult for me to understand why someone would want to renew
Change it, yeah.
kitchen like this.
They want modern.
We just cleaned it and voila.
And how did you get it over here?
In the winter?
With the snowmobile and
Yeah.
sled.
So you do a lot in the winter.
Yeah.
It's all the logistics are easier.
It's easier. Yeah.
It's easier, but it's not a problem with the boat. We brought some pretty interesting loads, like all the
From
tiles
upstairs.
and the fireplace, all the materials
all
for
of
the fireplace. That's 11,000 kilograms of
It was
brick
brought
and mortar.
with the boat.
It's like 15 boat loads
Wow.
or more.
Yeah. Here's some chaga
What's that? I didn't...
and mint leaves. Chaga, mushroom.
Oh, is this from the? Did you forage or grow?
Yeah, it's this one. Chaga mushroom.
And that's local. Some kind of mushroom. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It grows in the birch trees.
We're collecting some pakurikääpä for tea.
It's very healthy.
We found this fallen old birch here, and this is just full of this stuff. And also there's a bird nest inside this tree. This is like a mushroom. It made a hole on the hollow tree, and that's when the bird moved in. So here's the huge chunk. So we're gonna pick it and make tea out of it. It's actually quite expensive as well. 20 euros for 100 grams. A superfood product, but actually a good thing. The walls, not logs inside, it's clay plastering. Just clay I dug from the ground, then we used this red clay paint. And it really seals all the gaps between the logs, so it's completely airproof. It has very nice properties, like it's anti-static, so the dust in the air fall down. That's one.
So it kind of purifies the air almost.
Yeah, and it absorbs all the moisture and then it gives it back when it's dry, so it balances the moisture inside the house.
Wow. And that's just local clay.
So it's just clay and sand, yeah.
What made you use a particular spot?
You need to have like a really fine clay. And then I dig a hole there and dig a hole there and dig a hole there. And it was not good quality. But then I found this better quality like 3 kilometers away. But basically you can find the good quality in an area where there's a flowing water been going downhill for thousands of years. So the fine clay settles on the bottom of the current. So we have like a small river ditch going in our forest, and that's where I dug. And when you go like 1 meter deep, you get really nice clay there.
And then we used clay paint to paint it. So it's there's just water, red clay, and wheat flour. Nothing else.
The starch in the wheat makes it so it doesn't stick on there's no dust coming off anymore.
And it's nice to paint. It doesn't, paint smells like poison. So when we were painting, there's no smell, and if you pour some of the paint somewhere, it goes away with water.
Yeah, it's still with water you can dissolve it, because it's just clay.
Is this a traditional type of way of doing it? It's clay.
It's very old, but not that well known.
Okay.
But it is traditional.
You don't associate it with a log cabin.
I don't understand why, because it's such a good wind protection. Because log cabins, they leak a lot. There's many gaps, and you just put clay in there, and it's completely proof. This room, this was like an extension, so these three walls are made later. That red wall is old. This is old outside wall. And the extension was made from second-hand logs. And there were like 3 different color of logs, and they were not made that well. They were not that beautiful, and they had many nails, and I couldn't use my tools in them anymore because they were full of metal. So this clay plastering just makes the ugly walls very smooth and beautiful. And actually there's like 2,000 kilograms of clay and sand on the walls, which also holds the heat. When you warm it to 20 Celsius, it also makes the...
It's like a heat sink.
It's also a heat sink. The original house, this was the outside wall, and the house was that way, but it was all rotten and it's disassembled. And this is the extension that survived. So only thing that remains from the 1800s is basically this wall here. This is made 2020 and this is made 1940s.
So this is
1800s, yeah.
1800s, and it's fine.
It has been always, because this is where the connection started, so it had new roof starting from somewhere here. There's no real corner here. So I have these metal nuts here,
That
all the way outside.
That's gonna keep it in place.
Yeah, when I figured out that there's no actual real corner, I didn't know what was keeping it intact. I got a little bit scared that the whole house will collapse because there was just some nails, you know. It could separate, the corner could separate any moment. So that I quickly made this to tie the corner, tying this corner and this wall, so it doesn't collapse because it's missing the real corner. And that's
This is how the house looked like when Klaus bought the island.
There you see this is the extension and the new roof, and that's the collapsed side. And this end is saved pretty much. I didn't think of fixing it at first. I thought of burning it. Then my brother convinced me that you should fix it. That if you disassemble it, you'll never get to build here. You have to build further away from the shore. And I can show you how good quality of wood that is. When I made the hole for the door, I had to cut a little bit. This is cut from somewhere here to make the door. It was a little bit narrower. So you can see the growth rings on this. You cannot count them because the wood is so good quality.
So this would have been kind of first growth wood that you really don't see anymore.
This is
in
wild.
region.
This is wild. Like I think this is from the island before it was habitated.
Primeval forest.
Yeah, in the natural state in the forest where it grows really slow. These new logs, they're not that good, but they're not like farmed trees. Before this island was abandoned, the owners, they sold some of the birds for a Vanner factory. During that period of time, because lots of birds were cut down, all the spruces got like a boost. So every log in the 1980s, when you look at the end grain and the growth circles, there's like a 10 years period when the tree grows really fast. That's when they sold the wood from the island. Before that, it was slow. These are like 100 years old trees, the logs.
So still, you are probably using a wood that has a higher quality than what you get in the market.
Yeah, it's very hard compared to the farmed trees.
It's a real thing that the wood we use now has a lower quality, and actually the nutrients in our food are actually following the same.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to grow my food in the first place, in a soil that's not under the commercial farming, to have more natural soil and soil that hasn't been farmed.
I can see some carrot here.
Leftovers from yesterday. I brought too many carrots. We'll eat them today.
Did you know anything about trees before you came, or you just start?
I've been always fascinated about woodwork. When I was in school, like age of 10, we had these woodworking classes. It was my favorite, but that's it, pretty much.
So you've learned a lot.
Yeah. These are new logs. These are the longest ones that will support the roof. This one's
Further down.
finished.
This is finished. Okay.
This is like raw. The other side is finished, but this side is still undone. Yeah, we try to cut this surface so the grain of the wood closes, so water don't get in. It looks more beautiful after that.
First it's round like that. You peel it.
So those are what you cut out of the forest.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we had to fell one tree last year. Got a beehive that escaped on the top and we couldn't get it down, so we felled the tree. So we got some logs. It was a big tree. This is not how it's done traditionally. This tool is used to access difficult places and just do the finishing touch.
Okay.
But because I've been replacing the logs, like the lower logs on the house, so I can't do the whole wall with the axe anymore.
Okay.
So originally I just bought this so I can do like a couple logs, you know. But then it kind of became my signature, so I do the whole log with this. Yeah. This is very much about reading the grain on the wood. Sometimes it splits and you have to change the direction. This is why you'd like to use second-hand logs, because it's a lot of work.
What type of wood is it?
This is pine, so this type, not spruce but pine. Basically you go the whole log. Maybe I went wrong direction now. It doesn't really matter. It's gonna look beautiful anyways. Here it works better. It depends on the area of the wood, how the grain goes.
Do your families think what you're doing is great, or are they?
Yeah, my parents at least, they appreciate what we're doing. Some
Yeah.
people don't understand because there's all these technology and all these machines, and it's like, why you don't want to use it? But we have machines.
We have technology and machines, but we are not dependent on those machines. And obviously you need really sharp tools for the log work. With crappy tools it's not gonna work out.
How tiring is this?
Very.
It is.
You get blisters a lot.
And how many hours can you do this?
I can do the whole log in like 1.5 hours maybe, both sides.
Oh wow. Oh.
But
okay.
then you feel it already in your shoulders, and
Okay.
like just from this one log I got one blister still. I've been doing 100 of them and still get blisters. I don't know, it might be the technique or the tool, but it's hard on the hands.
But like you're saying, I mean, this lifestyle isn't easy. The work you're doing isn't easy.
But it's free. Can you imagine? It's free. You just fell a tree on the forest and you make it, and that's it. I have a set of tools. That's all you need pretty much. Some nice axes for log carving. It has like a round bevel, so it's not a splitting axe, it's a carving axe. And then there's like a round axe to make the groove on the bottom of the log.
Okay.
And then for debarking, and then some big chisels. You know, we have a system that withstands the elements. And we can survive even though the solar goes down, you know.
There's a lot of people who try this lifestyle. Then maybe something happens, a big life event, like you get pregnant and you think, well, maybe we should move to something more conventional. It'll be easier. We'll have the hospital right there. We'll have preschool. But you're really in.
It's too late. I'm all invested in this. I have no choice anymore. We don't have any other house or any other land to live on. This is it.